President Biden is set to unveil new sanctions against Russia today as Moscow and Kyiv edge closer to war. And this comes after Vladimir Putin ordered troops to Ukraine's separatist regions. So Laura Podesta has the very latest, and she's joining us this morning. Laura, good morning.
Good morning, Anne-Marie. Well, the vast majority of diplomats who attended last night's emergency meeting here at the UN say that what Russia is doing is not peacekeeping. In fact, it's in clear violation of international law. And they believe that the tactics moving forward should be discussion and negotiation.
The standoff between NATO and Russia over Ukraine has moved closer to becoming a full-scale war. On Monday, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree recognizing two eastern Ukrainian regions as independent states. Putin later ordered troops into Donetsk and Luhansk, saying they were needed to maintain order.
He calls them peacekeepers. This is nonsense. We know what they really are.
The UN Security Council convened for an emergency meeting in New York last night. Russia's actions were denounced by several council members, including U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield.
This move by President Putin is clearly the basis for Russia's attempt to create a pretext for a further invasion of Ukraine.
The council's Russian delegate said the Kremlin was taking steps to prevent a bloodbath in Ukraine.
Diplomats here at the UN say the risk of a major conflict is real, and they're urging all sides involved to show restraint.
President Biden signed an executive order blocking trade and investment with the breakaway republics. A senior White House official told CBS News that new sanctions against Russia will be unveiled today. In a televised speech, Putin blamed the crisis on NATO, saying it had encroached on land that has long been part of Russia.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky gave a public address to his nation saying, quote, "We are not afraid of anyone or anything. We don't owe anything, and we won't give anything to anyone." Ukraine's foreign minister is set to arrive in Washington, D.C. today to meet with Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Anne-Marie.
So, Laura, we know President Biden threatened debilitating sanctions. We're going to hear about sanctions coming up later today. Can you tell us more about these sanctions that we're expecting?
Well, President Biden signed an executive order yesterday banning all business relations between the U.S. and these two breakaway regions in Ukraine. So we are expecting, in addition to that, sanctions being imposed by the U.S., potentially in coordination with European nations later today. But the harshest of sanctions, Anne-Marie, are not expected to happen until there's a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. I should mention that Russia's foreign minister, for his part, brushed off these threats, saying that the Western nations would impose sanctions no matter the chain of events.
Laura Podesta, thank you very much, Laura.